Very nice. You said hi.
Big Chungus.
Hi.
So, scientific notation, again, used to represent extremely big numbers and extremely small numbers. Today we're dealing with extremely small numbers, or numbers less than 1. You think after all these years I'd correct that one thing, but I don't. So, a number greater than 1 uses positive exponents. A number less than 1, we get that 0.000025. That uses a negative exponent. We saw using the calculator yesterday, we'll still stick to it. So, to convert a number to scientific notation, place the decimal after the first non-zero digit. So let's go down here where it says 0.0000405. What's the first non-zero digit?
4.
So 4. I'm going to put my decimal place right after that 4. Okay? Then count the numbers you moved and go from the original decimal and do the looping thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I moved 5 times, right? Now, if I moved it to the right, it's less than 1. So I'm going to write 4.05. That's my new number, right?
Yes. Times 10 to the negative 5.
Times 10 to the negative, how many ever times I move? Negative 5.
That's easy.
Pretty simple. A couple people turned in homework yesterday, and I noticed this. When they were writing a scientific notation, they dropped this part right here, and they wrote like 4.05. When you're writing scientific notation, you got to have that times 10 something. If you're writing standard notation, there's none of this. It's just the number. Does that make sense? So scientific notation is this number written all the way out with the times 10 to the something. Standard notation is just like we normally write numbers. All right, again at your tables, I have 3 problems there. You got hopefully 3 or 2 people at your table. If you got 2, then one gets to do it twice.
Yay.
So work through and talk each other through before you give the answer.
So go back to the 2.
Alright, so A, the first number that's not a 0.
Yeah. Wow, Leah, yours is hard. So hard. Yeah, so you put a decimal after 1. 2 times 3. 2.0. So
Actually, I'm not videoing you.
negative 10. Wow.
I have to have
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, okay. So you put the decimal times 6, and you get 6.001 times 10 to the negative 6.
Let's try not to do that. I have to have proof that one of my goals is to get more pocket tables. So I walk around and do I try not to get your heads or anything.
And that would be.
That's not my goal. My goal is to get video proof of you guys working together.
23.
Good.
Put the negative.
Yeah.
Times.
Wait,
So-
0.00.
Move the decimal back to the 6.
Just finish it. So 6 places.
Then it'll be
Okay, yeah.
0.136.
I know it's what you do, you do like times 10 to the negative, and I was like, hi, Leah.
Let's try.
Pure silence.
Make sure you're keeping your notes, because you get to use those sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
Not keeping your notes is sad.
I mean,
All right. So let's go through these. You want to talk me through this first one, John?
Why not?
So, John, tell me how to do this first one.
You move your decimal behind the 2,
Okay.
and then you count from your previous decimal to your new decimal, and that would be 3.
Okay.
So it'd be 2.3 times 10 to the negative power of 3, right?
Very good.
Yes.
Next one.
So you put your decimal behind 1.
Are you listening over there?
Yes.
If you can't sit up in your seat and you find yourself kicked back, leaning back, I will change you out for a stool. No, that's the guy behind you. So go ahead, ma'am.
So you put your decimal behind 1, and you go from your previous decimal to your new decimal, and move forward 1. So it'd be 1 times 10 to the negative 1. That's what I got.
Very awesome. Gavin?
I didn't get to this one yet. Me and Chris were still on the first.
Okay.
I'll explain it again.
Ben?
The 6 is the first 9 0 digits, so you put your new decimal behind 6 and you count how much places are from your old decimal to your new decimal. And so your new number would be, your new number would be 6.001 times 10 to the negative 6.
Very good. Any questions on those three?
Nope.
I will tell you the looping thing, this seems silly up here, but you know physically when you look back and you're checking your work, you know, hey, I counted those. I can see where I did that work. There's no guessing. Whereas if there's nothing there, you're like, I hope I got that right. It's much better to be sure you got that right. Moving on. All right, so to convert to standard notation, you're doing the exact opposite. You got a number. You move the decimal to the left. Remember, the number is getting smaller, which means the decimal is moving farther to the left. So let's look at this first one here. I got 7.03 times 10 to the negative 8th. I'm actually going to write my 7.03, and I'm not going to put my point there, way over here. Because I got a lot of zeros to put in there, don't I?
Oh.
If I'm at the negative 8, I'm putting a bunch of zeros in there. So I'm going to count from here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my new decimal, right? And every one of these holes I'm going to fill in with a 0. Now I will tell you, if you're ever curious, if you put a 0 point something, it always helps to have that 0 up front so nobody assumes that the number starts at the other side. That way they'll find your decimal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir?
How many zeros is that?
Well, how many should it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus the 7, which was the other, that's 8 spaces. That decimal moved 8 spaces, right? Remember, Lane, draw those little loops. And don't make the loops small. I've seen people do like these teeny loops, and you lose track of how many zeros there are because they're so small. Make them big loops. Make somebody seasick by seeing all those waves.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. All right, so let's convert this. Do the same thing. You're going to do your three-way talk there. Converting those three. Do it.
So I'll do the first sheet.
So,
Your decimal count.
so you do 4, you do your decimal, so it'd be 456.
Okay.
And then you count back 4, or no, 5 times.
I got 0.00.
So you have 5 zeros.
Including
Those
one.
zeros are
Yeah.
a decimal. And
Yeah.
B is
So
1,001.
You write out
And then add 6 zeros in front of the 1,000.
you write
And
out
then
1,
So,
But
okay,
then
next
the
one.
decimal
and
of
so you
zero.
go, you count your 6, 4,
Did you get that?
And since you take
So if you didn't know it, would you understand?
Yeah. Okay, I'll do the next one.
since it's
Okay, here.
times 10 to the negative 5, you put it times 0.
What? I can't hear you.
So it would be 0.00001,
Just fill in 0.
1, 0, 0. Okay.
No.
So you're going to move your decimal
So I got
to the left
0,
4 times,
0, 0,
and you'll end up getting 0.000209.
Okay. Do C. You already got it. Wait.
Are you all done?
Boom.
We're talking If you can explain it, you're now the master.
So you got
Yeah. Favorite thing in the
Then you can say,
Of the mini masters of in this room. Of all the masters in this room. The one.
you're the master of the masters?
No.
You're the master? Master blaster?
You're just confusing me at this point.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, so let's look at these. First one here.
Got it.
Alan, why don't you talk me through this one?
Okay, so you're gonna move your decimal to the left 5 times, and then you're gonna get 0.
So I'm going to put my 4, 5, 6 way out here, right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, and I'm moving it how many times?
5 times to the left, and then you're gonna get 0.000456.
Sehr gut.
There's a lot of zeros.
Auf Deutsch, that's very good. Yes, sir?
I was gonna do the next.
Okay, go ahead.
So you're gonna put the 1 and the 1.001 out like away, and then you're gonna go 6 little decimals or waves to the left.
Good job.
It's gonna be 0.0001001.
Good. All right, Lexi, your chance.
Write the 2 and 9 out there. And then from behind the 2, go 4 waves to the left. And then put the new decimal in there and then fill it in with the zeros. And it'll be 0.00002.
That's it. That's as hard as scientific notation with negative powers is. It's just the opposite of the other one. And with the positive powers, we're making the number bigger. We're moving the decimal to the right. Negative, we're moving the decimal left. Any other questions? I bet you like some homework. So we're shutting this off.